up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I am at the monthly Cars and Coffee event here at the DuPont Registry. And one thing, being someone who lives close to St. Pete, because that's where we are right now, we're in St. Petersburg, Florida. We have the first race of the season for 2019. We have the St. Pete Grand Prix for the IndyCar series. What we have here is this display car, and what's amazing is it is the latest generation from Dallara. This is that new chassis that came out for 2018. If you're an open wheel fan or an IndyCar fan, you would know for the past few years, the bodywork has been a little cumbersome. They kind of lost their overall sex appeal and magic. This new Dallara chassis is second to none and really just brings back that overall style and performance of the IndyCar series. Now, when it comes to chassis, which this is a Dallara chassis, there's just one choice. This is it. The other choice that you get is engine option. Two engine options, one from Honda, one from Chevrolet, both V6s and both with a massive turbocharger. We're looking at horsepower over 700 horsepower, and if you're ready for this, 12,000 RPM. These engines scream to 12,000 RPM, really has such a magical sound, and if you are a car enthusiast, one of the main aspects is sound. Let's take a look at the front of this. Now, the reason why I'm holding this brochure is that the actual race weekend is from the 8th to the 10th. Race day is on the 10th. Now, on the Friday, the 8th, after the cars are done for the day, there's actually going to be a 5K race in the late afternoon around 4 o'clock on the streets of downtown St. Pete, because that's what's wonderful. This race runs on actual streets in St. Petersburg that I've actually driven on, because it's a street course. Let's take a look at the front. So what you're looking at is the road course setup. IndyCar teams have two styles of aero. You have the larger road course setup, but there's also smaller wings for the ovals when they race like at the Indy 500. You can see with the road course wing, much larger. It's all about providing downforce. It's like the hand of God coming down and pushing down on the front of this car so that the drivers have the best handling. If you look at all the different planes, everything is fully adjustable, all carbon fiber. This is all about saving weight, all about performance. This thing is literally a rocket for the road. Unbelievable how much adjustment can be made. And that's what happens is when they come into the pits, it's not just about making adjustments for the driver to the engine and whatnot, but they could adjust everything from the wings in the front to the back, to the suspension, to the ride height, the whole 9 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the suspension. So this is open wheel racing. In the United States, IndyCar is the top series. If you look worldwide, it'd be Formula One. These cars are not as fast as Formula One cars, but they're pretty fast. As you can see, that air is going to come off and flow over the front tires. Check out the suspension here. Full carbon fiber control arms. Unbelievable, the attention to detail. And like I said, everything is adjustable here so that the driver can get the most of every single track, because every track is going to be different. One thing you should know about street courses, when you're racing on the street, the road has a crown. What that means is that's for drainage of water. When you go into a turn, you're actually transitioning back and forth over that crown. You're going to have to make adjustments for that and compensate and compromise. Let's go down the side. Massive air intakes here. I love the extra carbon fiber plane. All about channeling air. This thing can cut through air like a hot knife through butter. As we wrap around, I'm going to have Russell show you the carbon fiber cockpit where the driver sits. This one, being the display car, does not have all the digital gadgets and gizmos that the drivers get to use, but it is here to show this is an actual real chassis, Dallara chassis. Awesome. One thing you'll notice when you're watching IndyCar is the LED numbers. It actually tells you what position the car is in. Another thing that's really nice is that when this comes into the pits, it actually is a timer, and it'll let you know how long they stay in the pits. Their pit stops are not as fast as Formula One, but they are pretty fast. As we continue our way down, Firestone obviously being the title sponsor, definitely want to come out. If you have not been to St. Pete, that would be a perfect time that weekend to come see the races. I really love the extra aero. One thing that they did is by taking the aero here, they got rid of the aerodynamics in the back of the bodywork. That kind of slimmed up the car, made it just more sexy, to be honest with you. I love the heat extraction that is going on, because remember, this engine sits in the middle, lots of heat coming off that turbocharged engine, 12,000 RPM. I can't even imagine that. And then finally, to wrap it off, look at this rear wing here. Tons of different aerodynamic aid going on. Everything is adjustable. This is going to provide downforce to the front. So you got to hit that. Left hand of God is on the front of the car and the right hand of God is on the rear to keep this car planted at speed. Very massive size, and like I said, this is a road course specific wing. If you go to Indy or you go to any other oval race, the wings look totally different. But if these are the types of things you like to see on Raiti's Rides Indy race cars, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're going to be in the St. Pete area, definitely head out March 8th through the 10th. It's going to be an amazing race. You know Raiti's Rides will be there, and I hope to see you there. If you haven't checked out my different forms of social media, check those out. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being part of this journey. It's been a blast, and it just keeps getting better and better. We got to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Russell. I tell you, the guy, actually, we had to stop filming because there was an injured rabbit. This rabbit came out of the woods limping. Russell cared for it and, believe it or not, healed it. And the rabbit went off. So thank you, Russell, for the rabbit's sake and for all of our own and for filming. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.